Hi everybody, my name is Mustafa and I am the owner of Arch Palace Hotel, and
You are here drinking.
we are here of course drinking and eating walnuts, and I don't know what to say
That was
anymore.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are on the roof of the Arch Palace Hotel.
Okay.
I'll show you the view, but the sun's already gone down. It's like a fairyland here. You can see the minaret of the mosque, and you can see some of the fairy chimneys. So, what did we do today? Last night when we got here, as you know, my luggage wasn't here. So we were supposed to go on a hot air balloon ride this morning, and we didn't because I didn't have any clothes to wear. So Mustafa was kind enough to postpone it for us until tomorrow. So we were exhausted. We went out for dinner and we got back to the hotel. We were so tired, we went to bed, and it was actually, for me, it was about 11:30 midnight. And at 5 a.m., bang, 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 balloon, bang, 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 balloon. So even though Mustafa had canceled it for us, it didn't get down to the drivers, so we were up. But it didn't matter. As soon as he left, we laid our heads down again, and then they had the call to prayer from the mosque, which is right next door.
My daughter's getting married, right?
Yeah.
See the minaret? That's the mosque. And they call to prayer 5 times a day, and unfortunately for us, the first time is 5 a.m. So I was up. Roger got up probably about 7 o'clock, and we came up here to the roof of the Arch Palace Hotel, which is a really, really great hotel. And we sat here and we watched all the hot air balloons taken off. The sky was full of them over the fairy chimneys. And then the cook showed up, so we had breakfast. And you know, I did a lot of research before coming to Cappadocia on the internet and in a book. And I really didn't need any of it because Mustafa pulled out a map, showed us a route to take. So what we did, he drove us to the Dolmus station, which is a bus, and we took the Dolmus to the Zelve Open Air Museum, and we walked through there for probably about an hour and a half, and we went in all the caves. We saw the mosque and the church of this stunning town that's in the rocks. They lived in the rocks, and that happened up until the 50s when the government evacuated them because of the earthquakes. So after that, we walked down the road and we passed an old cemetery, and we got to Passabage, which is the forest of fairy chimneys. So we hung around there, we took some pictures, walked around. There's a sidewalk that goes through the whole thing. We walked around. Some of them, there was a church in one, but you know, these are all ancient and there's nothing there. It's just the carving of the inside. So we went across the road to there was a few shops, open air shops, and we were looking for a taxi. Couldn't find one, so we got the owner of the antique store to drive us to Kavasin. That's not how it's pronounced in Turkish, but that's how it's written. The old village. Now you can take a dolmus there, but it won't take you into the old village, which is quite a ways in. So he did that for us for 15 lira, which was, you know, pretty cheap. And we went into a restaurant. We had menemen for lunch, which was delicious. It's like they cook everything here in clay pottery because of the red earth. They make terracotta, etc. Linda, it's something like Pampered Chef stuff. Like last night our dinner was in clay pottery, today our lunch was, and tonight our dinner is going to be too. Mustafa just phoned his family's restaurant, and they're making us lamb. So we had that, and then we hiked through the rose and red valleys, and that was pretty brutal because it was midday, the sun was hot, there was no shade. It was very pretty. We walked all the way from this old village in Kavasin all the way back to our hotel. I'm kind of sunburned because, as you know, I had no luggage, and I did find the outfit I was supposed to change into at the beach yesterday in my overnight bag, so I was able to wear that. I had washed out my undies last night, and I had my running shoes in my overnight bag. So we got back to the hotel finally about 4 o'clock, and voila, my luggage was there, so that was really happy about that. So Roger had an app, and I just kind of updated everything on my iPad. And then we decided to come up here to the roof of the hotel and watch the sunset. So I've had a couple glasses of wines. Roger and Mustafa are drinking beer, and we're eating fresh walnuts from the tree. So at 8:30, he's made a reservation at this restaurant. We're going up there for lamb. So tomorrow we have to get up at probably 4:15 because they're picking us up at 4:45 a.m. for our balloon ride, so we can go up in the sky and watch the sunrise. And then we're going on the green tour, which takes us to areas that aren't around Gorame, where we're staying in Cappadocia. They're quite far out, and it's best to see them by a guide. So stay tuned, and Teshaku for listening. Good night.